There are two types of business owners, those who are busy and those who want to be busy. Toast is designed for both, with tools to keep you humming and help turn grind into growth. That's how you turn busy into business. Toast, built for busy.
Maybe there it is. Can we hear you, Sully? No.
I hear you, Greg.
Yeah. Disaster in Denver, as you were going to say. We just got to get your mic going there a little bit. We just rolled in from the Ticket TV Awards straight from there, so we're just trying to figure this out.
All right. How about that?
Yeah, I think I'm hearing you. One more time. No.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
No, don't got you there either.
That's very
Don't
odd.
got you there.
This one. Try to turn this one on.
Yeah, they are.
We have mayhem in the studio right
Yes.
now.
Yes, we
Mayhem in the
do.
studio. Sox blow one in Colorado as you guys are trying to fix this. My God. It's just the way it goes. Here we go.
1, 2, 3. Okay, how about that? That's not too bad. I got it going over here.
Well, we got one working.
All right, well, that's fine. We're good. All right, Marcus will be the strong silent type this morning. All right, the roast presented by Next Home. They're the market leader. Get looped and get sold with the Next Home experience. We're in the Greenway Equipment Studios. Your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith Brothers in Bangor and Ellsworth because nothing runs like a Deere. And Bangor Window Shade and Drapery offering custom blind shades, drapes, outdoor awnings. Bangor Window Shade, 105 Main Street in Bangor. Okay, yeah, I mean, this is one of those mornings where, give me the Dumb and Dumber sound. It's like our pets' heads are falling off. Here we go. We got Red Sox walked off. It's you had breaking news of Jaylen Brown not traded. Giannis going to the Milwaukee Bucks. So the one morning we actually want to hear from Marcus. Didn't have a microphone to talk.
I know.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Text me your thoughts,
I'll
Marcus.
slide him mine.
Yeah.
We'll be okay.
We had the ticket awards last night, and the Red Sox walked off. It is NBA draft day. Cooper Flagg has a new head coach. We are
a little bit of potential scandal around that head coach
you'll have
too.
to entice me with those details. So you already have. We've got a bunch of stuff. We've got today's 1981 day.
Yep.
And in the 7 o'clock hour, we're going to hear from Doug Flutie. And so he's in town, or he's in Maine, playing a charity golf tournament. We're going to hear from Brian Corcoran as well. He's the executive director of the Drive for Kids golf tournament. So we've got a ton of stuff on this 6 o'clock hour and in the 7 o'clock hour. So where do you want to begin, Greg? How you doing? How you holding up?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. Well, we had the third annual Ticket TV Awards last night. We're a success. Great turnout. Heroes did a fantastic job accommodating. I didn't realize it till Quinn told me, but they were like, hey, you got room for an extra 30 at the last minute that they did not know were coming. So Quinn wheeled and dealed, made it work over there. So we're lucky to have Heroes.
Yeah, I can't thank Heroes enough. They put on a great spread, and it's a great celebration of high school athletics. That's,
Yeah,
at the end of the
absolutely.
day, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's nice, and to the people that were honored, thank you for coming out. It was awesome for me to be able to send. I think it's a great night for Dave Morris. Dave Morris is a
Yeah, it
guy
was great.
who's been on the show. He's getting done around here. He's moving to Florida with his wife.
Sure.
And looking to get into whatever he'd like to be a coach down there. But
Yep.
he was honored a couple of times last night. Bangor
Really cool.
Baseball was honored. Bucksport softball
Yep.
had a strong contingent. There were some pockets of some real strong representation, really across the board.
Without a doubt, it was, whether it was Dennis, like you said, Dave Morris, Dennis Kaya, George Hale, of course. But, it does mean a lot what they do for the community, right? For the student athletes in the community, especially. I didn't know Dave's moving to Florida. I don't know if or when I would see Dave again. So, at one point I wanted to make sure I told him, like, hey, thanks for everything you did for my son. Like, my son was a football fan, enjoyed playing football, but he coached him through middle school into high school. You really gave him the experience that, that will take with him for the rest of his life. So, really important things there.
So it was nice. And you can go back and watch it on 929theticket.com if you've got 2 hours and 40 minutes to spare.
It was long. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It was, we got to tweak some things a little bit there. Definitely a little, went long. There's a lot to get in, a lot of content.
You're saying it was long. I'm just saying 2 hours and 40 minutes. So
Yeah.
You're saying it's long.
Hey, draw your own conclusions.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's easy for you. I don't know.
Was Titanic long, or was that just a crisp?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that last night was a 2 VHSer.
It really was. It was a double.
Yeah. You had to. We needed an intermission last night. But yeah. So part of it was fun to celebrate everybody, but it was a lot of celebration.
There was.
When you got that much excellence, it's hard to get it in.
Yeah, who are you gonna cut?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I had a couple of teams. Yeah, but it is great. So, all right, Marcus, let's do some headlines and highlights as we get through this. But first, I want to tell you all about Madden Generator Services, expert installation, dependable maintenance, and a free 7-year warranty on new Generac installs. They keep your home in the game. 951-4668 and Madden Generator Services. Power you can count on. All right, I guess let's start with the Celtics, and then we'll get to the Red Sox if we have time. Let's give me Shams Charania. So here's the trade, okay? The Celtics were offering Jaylen Brown and 2 picks.
Right.
Hugo was not in the deal, according to sources. So Giannis is traded to the Heat for Tyler Hero, Kel'el Ware, Jaime Jaquez, Kasparis Jacksonis, 3 first-round picks, including number 13 this year, 1 pick swap, and 1 second-rounder. Here's what Shams has to say about what the Bucks wanted from the C's. Guess I don't recall the other time that they did it.
They talked about Durant back in 2022, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel this morning?
You know what? I talking with Marcus over here, and I'm going to have to throw him a mic at some point because, the laundry list of things that they got in the trade back that Miami gave up, I was like, boy, that is a lot. You are giving up a lot of your future too, and I know Giannis is Giannis, but boy, I don't know. I feel okay today, to be honest with you. And I know it's all how Jaylen Brown deals with this, but be an adult. It's pro sports. We wanted basically you for Giannis, and we weren't going to give more than that because of how much we value you, what we think of you. That and a couple picks, and that was it, dude. Because we're not emptying the holster here. I don't know. It's all about how Jaylen Brown deals with this now. Do you have a problem on your hands? I don't know. It's pro sports. Be an adult about this thing.
I hope you're right, but I think you're exactly right in that if you can put it to him, you look at Giannis, look at him.
Yeah,
we thought you were equally valued to him, and we offered you up for him, but nothing more. And also, you look at the Milwaukee Bucks and what they've done. They don't own because they've been trying to wheel and deal in and around Giannis. You got to get away from this guy. I think he single-handedly has sent them off a cliff. They don't own their own first-round picks for the next 6 years because they traded them all for Damian Lillard.
Right.
So who's the happiest people in the world are the Portland Trailblazers fans because they own the Bucks 3 of their first-round picks for every other year all the way to 2031.
Right.
Including next year after the Bucks are going to stink. So for the Celtics to draw a line in the sand, I don't know if it's the right move, but it would have been 27 this year, and whatever pick would have been next year when you've got Jason Tatum and Giannis teamed up.
Yeah,
probably one of the last picks in the draft.
Right. You don't
want to go down and give up pick in 2033.
No,
that's how the Celtics got to where they are right now by fleecing the Nets.
Exactly. Yeah, it just gets to be silly too. A pick swap in 2033. My God.
But Greg, Jaylen Brown, how's he handle this?
Oh, that's the thing. That is the question. How does he handle it? He's an emotional guy. For as intelligent a human being as he is, he rides his emotions a little too much sometimes. It's like, all right, can you handle this? Can you handle the fact that this is the business, this is the way it works, and we drew a line in the sand, like we said, and it was you're Jaylen Brown. We're not giving up more than Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, I mean, if Jim comes into me and says, "Hey, I was trying to get kid from down the hall to come in and do the show,"
right?
Okay, fun guy, he does a good job,
right?
Okay, but he didn't want to do it. They wanted Greg too. I would have to give him Greg.
Right.
I draw the line too far.
Right.
But your ego is banged up.
Of course it is, without a doubt. That's just the way it goes. And that's just human nature. but it's the nature of the beast too. So yeah, do you play? Can we get a pissed off Jaylen Brown that takes it out on the court? That isn't a bad thing.
And then is there the other question? Where do you go from here? Is there another? There's no real comp for. Okay, we wanted Giannis. Well,
yeah. Where's the other?
Hey, Spurs. Can we have Victor Wembanyama?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
exactly.
That's the question. Is what?
Right.
Is this the last stop on the Brown out of town express? We shall see. Okay. Start your morning at Gosselin's Bakery, 334 Harlow Street in Bangor. Grab a breakfast sandwich on an English muffin or croissant, plus legendary donuts, pastries, made since 1945, or visit the new Gosselin's Bakery and Deli next to Hannaford and Brewer. And available when ordering McDelivery through Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub. 2 sausage muffins with egg, 2 hotcakes, 4 hash browns, 4 small hot coffees, all for just $19.99. Bundle deals over 40% off and available for a limited time. Order at your local family-owned Mickey D's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor and Wilson Street in Brewer. Got a chance to hang with our guy, Marty Ekman, last night at the Ticket Awards.
Yes.
Apple pies are back.
Big time. Had a long apple pie conversation with Marty talking about the ins and outs, and the marketing is coming. I think he said today is where it goes, like really national commercials. Up until now, it's been Twitter, social media type of stuff. So the people in the know they're back, but they're cranking.
He also explained to me about how he treats his people, and a lot of what we had last night was they had a little plaque, and everybody who took home was like the scholarship program for the kids that work there. He's like the 16-year-old kids that get $2,500 to go to college and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's hard work, but it's good work.
Absolutely.
What I mean?
Yeah, no, he treats his people right, and he's always looking for good help too.
So there you go. We appreciate Marty supporting the show and helping employ so many people around here. All right, back with I'll delve into 1981.
Can't wait.
Next. Welcome back to the Morning Roast.
Find a woman like that.
Dairy Queen in Old Town. DQ $7 chicken strip meal deal has it all. 100% white meat, seasoned chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink. DQ Sunday offered just $7. Now you can get it with the new honey sriracha dip. Visit 613 Stillwater Avenue in Old Town. All right, it's 1981. And what year was the peak for Maine sports and entertainment fans? Well, we're going to find out if 81 cuts the mustard. You're New England Patriots in 1981. Greg, they're 2-14.
Yeah, exactly. So if you were hoping for something, they were building a little bit. Nope.
The Boston Red Sox in a strike-shortened season go 59-49. I did not know that there was labor unrest in 1981. This is news to me as I was doing my research here. But Yaz, Jim Rice, Dwight Evans, Dennis Eckersley, all on the team. The 81 strike fundamentally changed labor relations in baseball and remains one of the defining labor disputes in sports history. So you've got that as well. Your Boston Celtics go 62-20. They beat Chicago in the playoffs. They beat Philadelphia in 7 games, and then they top Houston 4-2 in the NBA Finals. Larry Bird and company are NBA champions.
That's right. Unbelievable. Awesome. And Celtics are in their wheelhouse at this point.
It's one of those things, too, where Cedric Maxwell wins your NBA Finals MVP.
Right.
And Cornbread has to this day.
Yeah.
He dines out on that fact, right?
He sure does. Yeah, exactly. That one's forever.
Is Cornbread and Jaylen Brown a fair comp, or is Jaylen Brown better than Cornbread was?
I think Jaylen Brown's better. Well, it's hard to the time frame, everything is so different, but Jaylen Brown's more dominant, right?
It is the beginning of the Celtics-Lakers era that would define the 1980s.
Yes.
For sports,
completely.
At least.
Completely.
So many historians consider the Bird-led Celtics and Magic Johnson, the Lakers rivalry, the force that saved and popularized the NBA nationally.
Yeah, 100%.
Boston Bruins go 37-30. They are eliminated by Minnesota in the playoffs.
They weren't good.
University of Maine Athletics baseball team. That's the big story.
Yep.
They go 32-14. They're ECAC New England champions. They go to the NCAA Northeast Regional, advance to the College World Series in Omaha. This is the beginning of 4 consecutive years that they go to the College World Series.
Yeah, puts them on the map right here.
This is like baseball, Maine baseball, huge.
Yeah,
I think
completely.
Right around this cusp, mid-'80s, they hit their peak, right?
Oh, yeah. No, this is, I knew the University of Maine, as someone who grew up in Massachusetts, the first knowledge of University of Maine was they got a damn good baseball team.
There you go. Football goes 3-7-1. Hockey still, we're getting to hockey to be more of a contributor here. Go to the other stuff. Let's see. You've got your Best Picture winner is Chariots of Fire. Other nominees are Raiders of the Lost Ark, On Golden Pond, Reds, and Atlantic City.
Yep.
Let's see. Top 5 box office films: Raiders of the Lost Ark, Superman 2, On Golden Pond, Arthur, and Stripes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to see On Golden Pond again, but great movie nonetheless, like very highly acclaimed, right? But all those others, though, unbelievable.
Superman 2 is better.
Superman 2 is way better than Superman 1. Yeah, you're there. He's got the trio there he's going against. Yeah, that was outstanding.
Not an hour of bloviating
Zod
on Krypton.
Right.
Top rated TV shows are Dallas, 60 Minutes, The Jeffersons, Three's Company, and Alice still hanging in there, number 5,
hanging in
for
there
like 6 straight years.
Oh yeah.
The height of the Who Shot JR phenomenon, one of the most watched television storylines. So last year we have the cliffhanger, right?
Sure, right.
This year we come back and find out
who killed him.
That and who do you remember who it was? It's the secretary, right?
I think so. I don't know.
Sorry,
I
about
don't
that.
know. I honestly don't know.
If you know Who Shot JR, please call us and tell us.
Yeah, right.
Let's see. Grammy Album of the Year is Double Fantasy, awarded the 82 Grammys for the prior year's music. Let's see. Top-selling albums, High Fidelity, Double Fantasy, Escape, Belladonna, Greatest Hits. You get things that would transcend. Don't Stop Believin', Open Arms, both from Journey. Both remain staples.
Phenomenal.
You say other cultural events. You had the first space shuttle launch. The Columbia launched in April. Attempted assassination of Ronald Reagan. MTV launches.
Oh, I mean, gigantic.
MTV launches.
Yeah, MTV started. Yeah. Yep, video did kill the radio star.
Wedding of Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer in 1981. Video games enter the mainstream. Key releases include Donkey Kong, Mario's first appearance, and Frogger.
Yeah, we were getting into, like, video games were becoming a big thing at that point. Not at home, but just arcades.
Did I miss anything?
Boy, we got that first space shuttle launch, Columbia launch.
Yep.
Yeah. Bob Marley passed away.
Okay.
Yep. But I think you covered. Man, it was. Yeah, it was 81 was a great year.
I mean, you have a championship. It kicks off what would define the 80s for basketball around here.
Well,
right?
We're in the point now where the Celtics are carrying because not much else is going on.
I mean,
Patriots stink. Red Sox, it was a strike shortened season. They weren't good. Bruins get knocked out in the first round. They weren't good. But the Celtics are on top of the world.
I think if you're 50 to 70,
yep,
right, 1980 to 1990, Larry Bird's your guy.
Absolutely. You have strong opinions on the 80s.
Yeah,
for sure.
Larry Bird is like, he is our white knight.
Completely.
Right?
Completely. Yeah, and he's being surrounded by the guys.
Yeah.
And
so he is the guy who carries you through on many an evening in 1991 is where it begins. Okay, quick commercial break. We'll tabulate it. We'll score it right after this. Let's see. Bangor Mall Cinemas, Greater Bangor's favorite hometown theaters for over 40 years. Bangor Mall Cinemas features luxury recliners, an upgraded food menu. Find showtimes and reserve your seat at yourneighborhoodtheater.com. All right, back with more right after this. Maine football is coming this fall. It's time to pack the stands at Alphonse Stadium and cheer on Maine football. Don't miss the excitement, the tradition, or the Black Bear pride all season long. Get your tickets now at goblackbears.com/tickets. Secure your tickets and go blue. All right, Greg, let's go. Before we move on with today's events, why don't you score in 1981? What do you give it for the sports?
Strictly because of the Celtics and the Maine Black Bear baseball team, I'm going to give it just an even 8.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go with an 8-4.
Okay.
I think it's an 8-4, just for what it is.
Yep.
And then what about the other stuff?
Yeah, I'll give it a 7.5 for culturally and entertainment. A very strong 7.5. I mean, we got Raiders of the Lost Ark. You got On Golden Pond. Pond was a all-time classic. And you got Reagan getting shot. I mean, that was a big thing. I
think I'm going to go higher than that. I'm going to go 8-2, Marcus, on the score. I mean, okay. Indiana Jones is you meet Indiana Jones.
Yeah, it's big.
It's big.
That's big.
I mean, he's arguably one of the top 5 made up characters of all time. So, and then you get some of the music and stuff, MTV debuts, and that just becomes a cultural phenomenon for decades. So there you go. That is our score. We'll continue on to 1982. Tomorrow. Okay, back to the task at hand here. You've got the Celtics not trading Jaylen Brown. Here's Richard Jefferson talking about how he thinks Jaylen Brown should feel this morning. There you go. So a lot there from Richard Jefferson, but mirroring essentially what you said earlier.
Yeah, you got to massage this thing. You know, you got to, and he'll see through it if you're not being genuine. But I mean, he didn't say anything that wasn't true. Like, that's, you're, you know, if you want to get right down to it, we all know they're not moving Jason Tatum. But at the end of the day, he is coming off an Achilles injury. You're the best that we can offer for him. You know, and try to, you know, maneuver that into a complement of his talents. Brown's going to handle it the way Brown's going to handle it. And he's handled lesser things not great at times. So I think that's your worry there. But I don't know. I as a Celtics fan, I think I almost think they're better off now. I feel better about it.
I think the question is where you go from here. I mean, and that's amazing thought to come to, but are you done? That's the question. Now, where do you go from here? Are you done shopping him?
Sure.
Is the next call, okay, well, you don't want him, but we want to get younger. We want to get different around Jason Tatum. Are there, with everybody saying tonight's draft is loaded, is there somebody out there who's got pick number 1, 2, 3, 4 who thinks, geez, you want to offer me, I'll give you number 5 and you give me, I just wonder, I'm just kind of spitballing here. Are you done?
Yeah. Is there more to come?
Because you failed here.
Yep.
Are you done with having him? Is he now off the market?
Right.
I would think not.
Yeah, I would think not too. Not the way Brad Stevens operates, and be ready for anything tonight. Now,
at the same time, like we kind of said in jest earlier, there's not like a 1A to Giannis. You know?
No, there isn't. But boy, if you do want to get younger and stack picks, you could get quite a bit.
I do wonder if that's the next call, because tonight is a big night, and there's going to be some moves, and maybe it's just that Derek White becomes no longer a Celtic, but I think something happens in terms of the Celtics in the next 24 hours, probably in the next 12 hours.
You're right. They're not going to sit pat.
So we'll see. Okay, quick commercial break. Coming your way. The roast is brought to you in part by Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center, official sports grill of the roast, and the place to be in downtown Bangor, and at herosportsgrill.com. All right, welcome back to the morning roast.
Playing the hits 81 here. I don't think there's going to be a tune I'm not going to like.
Yeah, this is some pretty, like, all this run of music all the way through.
Oh,
it's
so good.
Especially when you're just playing, like, the best stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
We're going to be hard-pressed to top some of the tunes that comes our way for the next few years. Okay, so in addition to the Celtics not trading Jaylen Brown, you had the Sox in Colorado last night. They got walked off in historic fashion. I guess first let's hear from just glum Chad Tracy. That's like let's hear from Chad Tracy again here.
Yeah, there's very few things left that could go worse for this Red Sox team, and I'm just hoping we're not. This isn't the first sign of Aroldis Chapman hitting a cliff. Right? Like, what could go worse? Aroldis Chapman all of a sudden is 38
and is not valuable on the trade market.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, that's what you got in your back pocket. We got Aroldis Chapman to gain, some talent from Sonny Gray. Like, keep those guys in bubble wrap. Like, don't overexpose them. Like, let's get to the trade deadline with these guys.
Robert Murray says it's time to sell some stuff off. Yeah, that's the hard part of the calls you're receiving, based on what he's saying, is that, hey, the Padres are calling and they're saying, hey, we want Jarren Duran. Like, what are you offering? Like, I got to use Toyota. You know what I mean? Like, you're getting really bad offers for this. And so what are you going to do? And then are you selling just for the sake of selling? And are you just receiving calls? Are you making calls? Where are you in all this? And who knows what the truth of the matter is? But Contreras is an interesting one because he probably provides the most value because you just can't get. He's not a distressed asset, right?
No,
like he's hitting. At the moment, you know, and he's under contract, and so you also would like to have someone who can hit, provided there is a season next season.
Sure.
Nice to have a right-handed first baseman who hits the ball out of the ballpark.
Clears up one position, and that's the thing is, I'm not against selling him if you're getting a great deal for it. But at some point, there are some guys that you don't have much. So it's like, okay, you want to rebuild. I think that's definitely the route to go. But at some point, what are you rebuilding around, He uses, Crochet and Anthony and some of the young stars. I don't know too many stars on this team, right? Like so if Contreras is a solid piece and you can envision him being here for the next few years, you probably should hang on to him.
And then you've also got the people in charge, and there have been a few guys that have been, sent away, maybe some of them from the drive line hitting coaches, but the evaluation of talent and other people's stuff and what you've got, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, we want X, Y, and Z, and at the moment, should I have any faith other than that I have to, because he's the guy in charge, in them sizing up other people's organizations and what they got and what they don't got.
Right. I have no confidence in their evaluation. None. And I just hope that, it's Breslow is there by proxy at this point and there's someone else pulling the strings, because they just have failed miserably. I have no faith in they're going to come out on top of any of this. We say get rid of Chapman, get rid of Sonny Gray, get a Hall. Is this group capable of getting a Hall for anybody? I don't know.
Right. But do you know what a Hall is?
Right. Yeah. What does that look like? Do you have a game plan? Because, in terms of where we go from here, that's the thing. It's like you obviously coming into a new season and all that, in the off season, you have some sort of a plan as to what you would like to do. That plan was, we're going to pitch unbelievably well. That's what we're going to have, and we'll manufacture hitting. Well, yeah, you pitched well. You got 50% of that right. The other end, awful. Like beyond awful. So, where do you go from here? How do you regroup? And can you quickly regroup and say, okay, this didn't work. Now we're going to go in direction, B instead of direction A.
What do you want? Like, is there, organizationally, when you look around, who's the guy that's playing that position for the next 2 or 3 years, okay?
Right.
So we'll say 3 years, because you're going to get a prospect. What do you want? Do you want an elite catching prospect? What do you need?
Yeah.
Is Cedar Rafaela your center fielder for the next 5 years?
Right.
Willie Abreu is probably not going anywhere, because the way you're set up right now, you've got young guys, whether they're stars or not, under contract. Is Marcelo Meyer part of the long-term plan? Is he part of the long-term plan? And that's the thing is, you got Breslow, who would not give him up in the offseason, tied to this guy, and now we've seen him for 2 years, and he's hitting about 225.
Doesn't look like he should be part of any long-term plan.
Maybe a guy who can hit ninth and play a nice field, like a bottom of the order guy. But that's the thing, is you've just got all these guys who on our Red Sox teams past batted seventh.
Yeah, right. You got a lot of guys that are a decent fit for a real strong lineup.
And so I guess chart a course for whatever it is that you think that you need. Like, okay, you want Aroldis Chapman? Well, I need an elite catcher, a guy who's going to be here, because we gave one up to get Garrett Crochet. I want a starting catcher next year. Okay,
right.
Fine.
Yep.
Okay, I want a guy, your blue chip third base prospect, because the guy I got, I don't think's got it.
Sure. Yeah, he's a utility guy.
Sure.
We got a lot of utility guys.
Whatever it is, I just don't know that these guys know what they've got or what they should be acquiring.
Yeah. No, I had no faith in it.
So, all right, well, here we go. Well, this day in history coming your way right after this. Betty Davis Eyes, number one this day in 1981. Who sings this?
Kim Carnes.
There you go.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Let's see. Also, this day in history, 2003, Barry Bonds steals second base against the Dodgers, becoming the first player to have 500 career home runs and 500 career steals. In 1996, the Nintendo 64 goes on sale in Japan. 1980, the David Letterman Show debuts on NBC.
Wild.
You big Letterman guy back then?
Oh, yeah, back then it was, maybe not 1980.
But he was kind of the hip and with it guy, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he wasn't the old stuffy, Tonight Show.
Yeah, let's see. 1970, Robert Brooks was born. 1972, Ron Corning, television actor, born in Calais, Maine. He was a television anchor. He was on ABC World News this morning. Let's see. 1977, Jason Mraz was born. Holidays today, it is Let It Go Day. It is Women in Engineering Day. It is Detroit Style Pizza Day.
Ooh, Detroit style.
Doughy, sauce on top.
Little, it's not my thing.
Sauce on top, right?
Sauce on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is hydration day, which very important.
Yeah, definitely, always.
All right, 7 a.m. hour is next. Don't go away. Good Tuesday morning. Welcome into the Morning Roast. We're broadcasting from the Greenway Equipment Studios, your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith Brothers in Bangor and Ellsworth because nothing runs like a deer. Fat Panda Boba Tea and Market on Harlow Street in Bangor. Next to Goslin's Bakery, sit fresh boba, explore snacks, ramen, and their tasty Jamaican patties. Also visit the brewer location on Wilson Street next to Hannaford. And Next Home, the market leader, get looped and get sold with the Next Home experience. Brian Sullivan, Greg Hirsch, Marqus Cesar here on this jam-packed Tuesday morning. Greg, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. Just coming off those Ticket TV awards last night. Shout out to Heroes for putting on an awesome affair. They really knocked it out of the park.
So Marqus is without a microphone this morning, but I can tell that he is doing well. He's texting me during the show here. Big stuff. Giannis not traded to the Celtics.
Wild.
So that happened overnight. Giannis traded to the Miami Heat. Marcus's Miami Heat. Heat sent 4 players and picks. The Celtics were reportedly only offering Jaylen Brown this year's pick and next year's pick.
Right. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them losing out on that and sticking to their guns a little bit and being like, that's enough for Giannis.
Did not want to include Hugo Gonzalez in the deal.
Nope. That was a deal breaker, actually, which was surprising a little bit.
That's the line in the sand?
Right. Yeah. I just found that odd. But you know what? All right. Yeah. And like we had talked about, it speaks to how they view Jaylen Brown. Like they're saying that we're not throwing anything else in. We're giving you Jaylen Brown a couple picks. That is it. You know, I mean, Giannis, aren't you going to have to renegotiate his contract next year too?
He's going to get a mega deal, yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to have to deal with that. He's had injuries, and so is Jaylen Brown. But at the same time, he's not getting any younger. I don't know, man. I'm okay with the Celtics sticking to their guns a little bit on this one.
Red Sox lose in historic fashion. They get a walk-off triple out there in Colorado, 3-2 the final score.
Yeah, and it was just another loss for the Red Sox until you realize Aroldis Chapman just totally blew the game and gave up, for the first time in 20 years, a walk-off triple, 4 consecutive hits, including a bunt hit. Is there anything else that can go wrong to the Red Sox? Let's have Aroldis Chapman absolutely just die on the vine out there and be worthless by the time the trade deadline comes around.
So there you go. Let's see. Cooper Flagg has a new head coach.
He does.
Michigan's Dusty May is now coaching the Dallas Mavericks.
He does, and it is not without some controversy. They're talking about allegedly jumping ship as the NCAA prepares the university with notice of allegations related to 2025 tampering scandal, possibly vacated wins. A little bit of a Harbaugh situation happening with the basketball program at Michigan.
Big Blue.
They love getting out of town.
They just want to win.
Exactly. Just win, baby.
Just win.
Yeah, and then head to the pros.
And you know what? All those vacated wins, they still bought tickets. I still cheered my head off in the stands, and they still had us. We still won it.
You still won. That's the thing. I mean, we've experienced, my time at Maine, experienced a little bit of like, well, you're going to forfeit those wins from the previous season. All right. Well,
okay.
we all knew who won the damn game.
Yeah, we still won them.
Yeah. Exactly. So call it what you will.
So, all right. That's we got a jam-packed schedule this morning, so we're going to get to a break pretty early here because we got a couple of interviews with the Drive for Kids golf tournament coming up. We're going to talk with the executive director of the tournament in a few minutes here, Brian Corcoran, and then Doug Flutie is among the players in the field for the tournament. We're going to talk to him as well. So we'll take a quick commercial break here and get some more stuff, and then we'll get to Brian and Doug after that. But first, Dairy Queen at Bangor has the new DQ breakfast collection. You can enjoy Cinnamon Toast Crunch Dip Cone, Fruity Pebble Shake, or Choco Frosted Donut Blizzard, whether it's breakfast time or not. Visit 668 Broadway in Bangor. DQ, happy, tastes good. And Acadia Federal Credit Union, the newest location, is now open on Wilson Street in Brewer, serving Maine since 1963 with branches in Bangor, Brewer, and Aroostook County. Learn more at acadiafcu.org. Okay, welcome back to the Morning Roast. Just so you know what we're trying to do here is we got some times to hit, so we're going to front load this thing with breaks, but we're going to be here longer on the back end of stuff as we talk to Brian Corcoran and Doug Flutie here. And I think that the question that I have, Greg, is where do you go from here? And Carl from Seal Cove just called in and offered an interesting thought. And I think the intriguing part of for Celtics fan for the draft today is, where do you go from here with Jaylen Brown, right?
Right.
So Carl offered up to Marcus, do you call Danny Ainge and say,
yep,
how about that number 2 pick? Because I think Jaylen Brown's not off the market at this point.
Sure.
That's the question, right? Like, where do you go from here, and what do you do with Jaylen Brown now that he knows, we all know, you offered him up to Milwaukee?
Right. Exactly. Is it going to be something that Brown can handle? If he were to come back, what's the scenario there? That's the big concern. And you want to get younger. Stevens stated that this is not working, right? Like, not so much Brown Tatum, but things have to change. Like, and Stevens has been very bold about it. So I think if he were to make a move for a top pick, I could see that happening in the next 12 hours. Right?
Sure.
You can see that happening. And you know what? And maybe that'll just work out for the best anyway. Like, maybe that's exactly what needs to happen. I mean, if you could get, what is it, the number 2 pick they were talking about in a loaded draft, you get younger, you avoid the drama with Brown, things, maybe the dynamics change. I could roll with that.
The real intriguing part of all this is Jaylen Brown and the communication between he and the front office. Is there any? Like, do you owe it to Jaylen Brown to say, here, listen, that's what's going on? Like, are you trying to mend fences today? Are you trying to say, listen, does he have the wherewithal to recognize, like, yeah, you offered me up for Giannis. He's really good. I understand it.
Right.
I'm also fine with being back here and running it back with Jason Tatum, even though you offered me up to the Bucks.
Right. Yeah. Does he go about it in a productive way? Does he go about it in a productive way in terms of, I'll show you, and just focuses on his work?
I'm not going to say that if Jaylen Brown is not moved today, that he's not going to get moved. But if he is going to be moved, I think this is a day in which it happens, right? This is like the wheeling, dealing time of the NBA, and some stuff could go down, and I do wonder what happens in the next 12 hours.
What a critical 12 hours this could be for the Celtics as a franchise.
Sure.
Right? I mean, what an incredibly, you veer left, you veer right. Like, it's all going to take place, or it could all take place today. Very interesting. And it's the one organization in our geographical area where you have total faith in the guy pulling the strings.
You could get wholesale younger, reset, and Jaylen Brown gets his own team.
Yeah.
Is that what you want? I don't know. It's be careful what you wish for. All right, Casella, good pay, good people, good life. Find your place at powerofhardwork.com and Northeast Driving School. They've been a leader in driver training for over 57 years. Register your driver's ed courses today at Greater Bangor's #1 driving school. Call 942-1769 or go to northeastdrivingschool.com. I'm going to talk with Brian Corcoran. He's the executive director of the Drive for Kids golf tournament. That's right after the break. Don't go away. Welcome back to the Morning Roast. Stuck on the side of the road, Union Street Towing has you covered 24/7 statewide. From breakdowns to lockouts will get you moving fast. 942-4200, driven to be there when you need them most. Now, joining us on the Heroes Hotline is the executive director of the Drive for Kids. It's Brian Corcoran. Brian, how are you?
Good morning. We're great. We're counting down the days here. Drive for Kids, we tee off this Friday.
Yeah, it is one of the real fun events of summer hasn't begun until we get all these celebs playing golf down there. So, Brian, for those who don't know, what is Drive for Kids?
Yeah, so Drive for Kids is a charitable golf tournament benefiting the Barbara Bush Children's and the Dempsey Center with a focus on pediatric cancer. This year we'll have 36 celebrities, NFL Hall of Famers, NBA Hall of Famers, among some of our own, Patrick Dempsey, Seth Westcott, our own Ollie Wright, who's playing now for the Hearts of Pine. Quite a star-studded cast. This will be our 4th annual. We tee it off. Gates open this Friday at 9 a.m. for our Celeb Am. And then we have a 2-day celebrity challenge, Saturday and Sunday.
For you, what's it like in the lead-up to this event, these days before you guys do tee it up?
Organized chaos. There's a lot of moving pieces here, but thanks to 50-plus sponsors, 300-plus volunteers, it does indeed take a village. In this case, we're taking the whole state of Maine and the pride we have for the great state we live and showcasing it to the world. These celebrities, through the power of you all and social media, our mission is strong and reverberates far beyond the walls of our state, and our impact is long-lasting to the families faced with pediatric cancer care and services.
How can people help in this effort?
Yeah, so, I think a lot of people take for granted that the sponsors, certainly they get their chalets and they get their celeb foursomes, but this is a fun event for all ages, and we've really raised the bar each year in terms of live music, games, other fun and happening at Falmouth Country Club. But to answer your question, it's as simple as going online and either buying a ticket or donating at driveforekids.com.
The energy around the Friday sort of the opening round where, you've got guys making putts and then stepping off the green, and it's so fun, and they're doing interviews and mixing it up with the fans. You get a lot of access to these guys and watching, not professional golfers swing the sticks. It's so fun.
Yeah, and I've kind of put the celebrities in three groups, to be candid. There's a third of them. I mean, they are knocking on the door. There's a lot of plus handicap guys that could equally, if they wanted to, be playing on the Champions Tour or vying for a spot on a PGA Tour. They're that competitive and that good. Got another third that they bring their star power. Their game's still pretty dang good. And then there's another third. Let's just face it, they're here for their star power and they love the cause. The game doesn't always love them, kind of like my game. But at the end of the day, they're really big believers in our mission. We've raised over $500,000 to pediatric cancer care the last 3 years, and looking to raise over $200,000 on top of that this year.
We're broadcasting here from Brewer, Maine. Here, talking with Brian Corcoran, the executive director of Drive for Kids. Brian, for people who are catching us right now on terrestrial radio, where do they need to drive? Where is this tournament? How do I, where are you guys holding it?
Yeah, so it's at Falmouth Country Club. We'll have, to your point, the action for the Celeb Am. We'll open the gates at 9 o'clock, and those celebrities have got 2 rounds, a morning shotgun and an afternoon shotgun. So you can come on out and watch these celebrities play from 9 a.m. until about 7 p.m. on Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday at Falmouth Country Club. We'll be there again, gates open every day at 9 a.m., and then we'll be crowning a champion on Sunday around 5 o'clock. So play on Saturday and Sundays about 9 to 5 each day. I mean, whether you're a Patrick Dempsey fan, you're a Vince Carter fan, you're a Jerome Bettis fan, I mean, that's what I love about this. As much as I get the role of being executive director, I'm a fan as much as anything. I love seeing it through the lens. I've got 3 small kids. It's really family fun. Our kids get countless autographs, countless selfies with these celebrities, and we all know we're making a difference in those that are affected by cancer.
Brian, how long have you been involved with Drive for Kids?
Yeah, so, going back, I was fortunate enough to, for 30 years, work in sports and entertainment, worked at NASCAR, worked for Fenway Sports, and the Red Sox launched Shamrock in 2010. This is really a labor of love. This is more of a pro bono philanthropy project for me, and this is our 4th year of Drive for Kids. You may know we pivoted from a PGA Corn Ferry Tour event that we hosted for 3 years of operating, and just nothing against the PGA Tour, but we've never had more fun working with these celebrities. They love coming to Maine, and they love the impact that we're making for Maine communities.
Yeah, what point did you realize, listen, let's just get some celebs, get them up here to Maine, we'll throw a lobster their way, and they're gonna come. Yeah.
So I tell you, and again, this is not, I love now being a fan of the PGA Tour, but I through my NASCAR days, I knew the NBC sports guys really well. They've been running the Super Bowl of celebrity golf in Tahoe, the American Century, for 30-plus years. I had a conversation with Mark Lazarus, and I said, hey, now that I'm knee-deep in this Corn Ferry Tour thing, I just know to make it a sustainable event and drive more charitable impact, there might be a different route. You've been doing American Century. Give me the cliff notes. And, literally within a month, we just decided it was the right decision to pivot to the celebrity golf. These celebrities, I just can't even, whether you're Vince Carter or our own Patrick Dempsey, among others, since day one, they love the game of the golf, and they love in particular the cherry on top, where they know they can use their star power to make a difference. And it's been a winning combination. we hope for many years for Drive for Kids to continue to drive impact to our great state.
So I know you just listed off some of the names. Can you tell me who? Give me some more of the people that are among this year's field.
Well, you're not allowed to have favorites, right? But I'm pretty damn proud, and our team is incredibly proud to see Peyton Pritchard, our own beloved Celtic, coming this year. Not to get off the page of sports for a second. We've got NFL Hall of Famers. We've got Jerome Bettis and Sterling Sharp. And I'm sorry, I've got my dog in the other room. Been burning the midnight oil. I think I got home at midnight last night, putting some final touches on things. But and then we've got people like our own TC, Tom Caron, the pride of Lewiston here. So it's kind of a combination of beloved New England celebrities. I certainly would be remiss if I didn't list, for those that are reality television stars. The Bachelors have been a big hit. Wells, Adams, Ben Higgins, Joey Graziadei. They got millions of social media followers. So, it's a deep bench. We've got 36 celebrities from all walks of life. I think some of my favorite moments have been the Hall of Famers. Whether you're a Sterling Sharp that's not a quiet guy, he's become a fan favorite because he's, countless stories. These guys are here to play golf, but there is much to make memories themselves. So I remember a sidebar conversation that Sterling Sharp was getting ready to be inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame. He was talking to Rondé Barber and Jerome Bettis about just how surreal it was. And, while we're here to play the game of golf for good causes, these guys are making memories of their own. That's been my real kind of unexpected, circumstance of all of this, is then these relationships that are formed among not just these celebrities, but their families. And they thank us for coming to Drive for Kids, which is a real special thing.
Brian, it's awesome. We appreciate you for coming on with us. It is at Falmouth Country Club. It is Friday through Sunday, correct? Correct. Yeah, 9 a.m. each day. Come make a difference. More importantly, I don't care if you could not even have any bone in your body that is a fan of the game of golf, and you will walk away with smiles for miles. It's one of those events that, the people that come, they keep coming back, and that's why we've been so fortunate to grow this thing year over year. Yeah, if you like posting on Facebook or Instagram, think of the clout that you walk away with. Right. When you're walking away with a selfie with Patrick Dempsey, Doug Flutie, Jerome Bettis, your neighbor's going to be jealous. That's a fact. Yeah,
and who knew, guys, I don't want to spoil your thunder, but who knows that I would be, the opening act for a Heisman Trophy winner among all the other accolades that Doug Flutie has had. So thanks for making time for me, our mission. I know Doug is going to be Doug, and, there's not anything that guy doesn't do well. Craig, I saw at Super Bowl in San Francisco, I saw him playing the drums in a rock band. So, God bless Doug. My favorite takeaway, Doug Flutie showed up. We lost Tim Wakefield, who's one of our initial ambassadors of this event. I'm going to get emotional about this, but Doug showed up with a Tim Wakefield Pittsburgh Pirates jersey in tribute to Wake. And it's those kind of memories that fans, celebrities, and all that attend this event are making, and knowing we're making, mountains of money for great causes along the way.
Brian, thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck this weekend.
You got it. We'll see you. See you soon, guys. Thank you so much.
You're going to talk with Doug Flutie right after the break. Don't go away. Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center is the official sports grill of the Roast in downtown Bangor and at herosportsgrill.com. Now joining us on the Heroes Hotline is Doug Flutie. Doug, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. Hanging out in a rainy Boston right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting ready to make your way up to Maine to play in a big charity golf tournament. Doug, what's your history with Maine? Have you spent much time here through the years?
Not a lot. My niece and her family go up all the time, though. During the summer, they have a house up there, and go to the beaches of Maine. And I get up there once in a while, but primarily it's when we play a lot of charity basketball games. So I was playing with the New England Patriots way back in the late 80s, and we would make trips up there all the time, play at local high schools and things of that nature.
Now, Doug, you're playing in a charity golf tournament this weekend. We'll get to that in a second. You just put on your own golf tournament. How'd that go? What's it like being in the planning, behind-the-scenes guy and putting on a big tournament?
We did our golf tournament for over 20 years. We took a 3 or 4 year break because of the man hours that go into putting these events together. It's tedious. It's a lot of work, but it's the one event that becomes kind of a signature event that the community loves. The people that support you come out. It's a great day. We had a lot of success with ours, and we've continued now. But the thing about our foundation is for autism, for those that don't know, under my son's name, Dougie Jr., and we're going to hit their $50 million mark raised this year. So it's been an amazing run, and the people that have supported us have been fantastic.
Doug, doing stuff like this, the notoriety that you've gained through the years, and to go and you must get offers a lot, but to come and play in a tournament like this, it must help in helping to spread the word and get your own causes out there.
Yeah, it does. It does. The group of guys that play in these events, from way out in Tahoe to Portland, Maine, down to events down in Florida, it's a fun circle for us. It's a chance for all of us to get together and enjoy the atmosphere, as well as promote. And then you make your connections with the other guys to get them to come to your events too. So that's kind of part of it, but just the camaraderie. It amazed me. The last time I was up, the hockey players, the guys, Jeremy Swayman, guy, just can't think of the guys right now, but JR, Jeremy Roenick, they are the friendliest, most, down-to-earth guys, and we just go out and have a good time and hang out together. So it's a great chance for us as, quote, celebrities. I don't know. I've been out of football for 20 years. Just to get together and go have a good time, play some golf, and do it for a good reason, good cause.
And can't those hockey guys blast it off the tee? It's just something about swinging the stick. They can drive it.
It's the slap shot motion. If you separate your hand and take a practice swing, you'll have a correct swing. Now you put your hands together and they get more power and all that, but it's that kind of action, the same that they do for a slap shot. So they're just so natural. It's amazing to watch them hit the ball.
Now, Doug, when you're traveling around, when you do say yes to this kind of stuff, can you tell, where people have met you throughout your career based on the questions that you get asked?
It is funny, to answer your question, I've played all across Canada. I played in San Diego out on the West Coast. I played, obviously, Boston for college and New England Patriots. Florida thinks they have a connection with me because of the Miami pass from way back. It's like they all either love to hate me or love me because they're a Gator fan or a Seminole fan. Everyone else, it's amazing how many people love the fact that we beat Miami that were Gator fans or Seminole fans. So everybody seems to have their one interaction with you. Right away, the angle they're coming from and how they know you. And being up in Maine, we'll get Canadian fans coming down too. So it's been a fun run. I get jealous of the guys like Tom Brady that got to play at one place for basically their whole career. At the end, he jumped over. But guys who stayed in one place because you can build on something. But the fact that I did bounce around a lot and play in a lot of places, I've met a lot of people, and it's fantastic.
Doug, I do know that maybe one to be prepared for is that recently some of the Maine Black Bears, they had an event for Jack Bicknell. They call themselves the Bicknell Bears. So you might have a couple of Black Bear alums ready to ask you some Bick questions down there in Falmouth.
Oh, that's awesome. That's amazing. Now, those that don't know what you're talking about, Jack Bicknell, my head coach at Boston College, was at the University of Maine before he got the job at BC. He was instrumental in my success through Boston College Station and launched my career. But that shows you the caliber. Like, when we had the success we had at Boston College, Jack was probably making $20,000 as a head coach. 25. He never made more than $35,000 as the head coach of Boston College. It was very low expectations for that group. All the guys, because he got the job late in the recruiting season,
Right.
He was scrambling around, and that's why I got a scholarship. He was just an athlete, and I wasn't a D1 recruit, and neither were a bunch of the other guys. And it just turned into this class that no one wanted, that turned into a bunch of high-character guys that we took off and did what we did. So Jack, we loved Jack. We had a reunion. It was a year ago or 2 years ago. I saw Jack. He's doing great. God, I love those days. It'll be cool to talk to because he came from Maine. He came from a small program at Maine, and it was awesome.
What else are you prepared for? Let's say probably going to have to talk a little bit about the drop kick, right? The back in the day. You got to be ready for that one.
Oh yeah. There's go-to stories. They're going to ask me about the Hail Mary. It's kind of cool that I got these two bookend moments. I had the Hail Mary at the end of my college career, beginning of my career, right? And then at the very end, my last play was the drop kick. And so I had this signature type play for my last play, and people love it. And Chris Berman and I are actually playing tomorrow in the Pro-Am at Travelers down in Hartford. And Chris Berman was the impetus behind the drop kick. He went to Belichick because he'd seen me messing around doing it and said, "Hey, this hasn't been done since 1941. Doug Flutie can do it. You ought to try it." And that's what started the whole conversation.
Yeah, certainly one of those top moments through our run here in Patriot Eyes. Doug, what else? What stands out to you what's something that maybe you don't get asked about enough that we need to shine a light on here? Is it when I always think back to when you signed with the Bills and they thought Rob Johnson was a better option there, and I thought, man, let Doug cook.
The same exact situation that happened to me in Buffalo happened to me in New England back in the late 80s. Tony Eason was a first-round draft choice, starting quarterback. Steve Grogan was aging. I stepped on the field. We won games. It wasn't always pretty, but we won games, and they got Tony back in there because he was the number one draft. And then in Buffalo, we had a good run, and they had paid Rob a lot of money and got Rob back out on the field, all that kind of stuff. It's what. I wouldn't change anything for the world. The Buffalo fans are amazing. They're crazy. I go back to Buffalo. I played 21 years. I played 3 years in Buffalo, and they were really good years. But those people treat me like I'm Jim Kelly when I go back up there. They're not. I love those years. They were great. I did make a Pro Bowl. I went to the playoffs. That stuff, but they're phenomenal, very loyal fans. If you play your heart out for them, they'll love you the rest of your life.
Talking with Doug Flutie here on the Heroes Hotline. Just a couple more questions for you, Doug. We'll let you go. I do have to ask, are you still – I can remember watching a Red Sox game back in the day, and –
Always.
It just – I go –
Always.
Go ahead.
Always bring your glove to the game. Let me put it this way. If you get an opportunity to catch a foul ball at a Major League Baseball game or a home run or whatever, you don't want to screw it up. You get that chance, you want to catch the damn ball. And I actually, now they have the netting, so it's not as important. But the one that got a lot of attention, I was on the right field line or first base side near Canvas Alley. Tino Martinez rips a line drive into Canvas Alley, and I reach up and glove it. There's no way in hell I catch that ball. Everybody else is ducking and diving out of the way, right? I was actually behind home plate in the mezzanine, last row. Like, there's no way the ball is going to get between the two, but into the mezzanine and get all the way to the back row. It's just not going to happen. And there's a guy in front of me. The guy in front of me, the two people in front of me, the two rows, had gotten up and gone into the box to get food or something. And a guy fouls off a ball straight back through the gap right to me, and I caught it. I had the glove. It popped my mitt like a catcher's mitt. It was like a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. And I'm like, the horseshoe that I have with foul balls is absolutely ridiculous.
What's your number through the years?
I'm thinking it's 17.
Wow.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Wow.
I had a run. I went to Fenway as a kid. We used to jump on the tee going like, this is something I was talking about the other day. As a 12-year-old kid, the kids in the neighborhood between the ages of 12 and 14, we would walk down the end of the street, jump on a bus, go to the T station, 60 cents into Fenway, $6 bleacher seat, in and out of Fenway for $10. And independently, a group of 6 to 8 kids would go in and out of Fenway Park from Natick. It was, it would never happen today. And we'd be getting home late night. You had to catch the 11 o'clock tea because it closed. Anyway, it was fun times.
Absolutely.
And we all, I used to take my nephews as a group and get into Fenway early before, the crowd could get in. And we get up on the Green Monster. My nephews would come home with buckets of home run balls, and we'd use them for batting practice.
Doug, where, in terms of athletic achievements or things, feats to try and accomplish, where does hitting your first drive with a big crowd watching rank for you?
It is the most nerve-wracking. The first time I had to do it was a Bob Hope Classic, and I'm playing in the group in front of Bob Hope. So they're all there waiting for him, and it is packed. And I bounced the club like a drop kick, right? Bounced the club into the ball and hit it square. And when you do that, for some reason, it kind of straightens the ball. It doesn't go quite full distance, but it went straight. And I was just so happy. I hit it about 200 yards, and it stayed in the fairway and went straight. It is very nerve-wracking. It's out of my element for sure, and it's scary.
Doug, we appreciate you coming on with us. If people want to support your efforts, the Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation for Autism, where can they find that? What can they do?
FlutieFoundation.org. Go online there. You can make online donations, but we take people that are volunteering for events, and we take people that want to come to events. We've got 4 or 5 major events a year, primarily here in the New England area. And we appreciate all your support. I've said this, I've been out of football for over 20 years. I thought when I got out that our foundation might suffer from it, but it has just continued to grow. People have been absolutely amazing.
Doug, we appreciate you. Do you have a quota of lobster that you hope to hit over the next 3 or 4 days?
No, I just have to do it. Just one. One gets me satisfied. I'm living in Florida, and it's not the same. Got to get Maine lobster.
There you go. Doug Flutie joining us on the Heroes Hotline. Doug, thank you so much for coming on with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Doug Flutie there joining us on the Heroes Hotline. It would be, I couldn't agree more with what he said. He had such a storied career as he goes around doing this sort of things. That's where you meet him. It's like,
right.
We talked to Roger Clemens last year. It's very similar. It kind of, a Yankee fan,
sure.
Astros fan. Of course, Flutie's been everywhere, and people are going to remember him for different things.
Absolutely. Yeah, and he's beloved wherever he goes. Really, it's awesome. And you can see what a great guy. What a great guy, and just an awesome interview. 17 foul balls.
Yeah, awesome. I
That's
remember watching the
incredible.
game saying,
Yeah.
that looked like Doug Flutie.
Right. He's prepared at all times.
That's so cool. And he rode the tee just like the rest of us.
Yeah, exactly. Back when, kids could go to Fenway and do that kind of thing.
Good stuff. All right, quick commercial break coming your way. I want to tell you all about McDelivery through Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub. 2 sausage McMuffins with egg, 2 hot cakes, 4 hash browns, 4 small hot coffees, all for just $19.99. This bundle deal is 40% off and available for a limited time. Order at your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor and Wilson Street in Brewer. All right, back with more right after this. All right, welcome back to the Morning Roast. As we head out the door here, we're going to take Sonny Gray strikeouts, right? Sonny Gray on the K's. Going to go 5 strikeouts for Sonny Gray in that one. So that is our Sox prop. The over-under was 11.5 runs yesterday.
Right.
They scored
Crazy.
5. So not going to avoid that one. So also just so Sonny Gray K's is where we're going to go. But takeaways from today's show are going to come up. But thank you to both Brian Corcoran and Doug Flutie for coming on. And just to mention again, that Drive for Kids golf tournament is at the Falmouth Country Club starting on Friday. You've got the big Pro-Am, and then they've got a 2-day tournament. But the access you get to the celebs
is awesome.
It's super fun.
Yeah.
We've sent a news crew down there.
Right.
And we come away with interviews and, Kevin Millar, all these guys that have
Sure.
played through the years. It's a ton of fun. And I trying to, ingest, saying what you can do, but the social media clout you come away with.
Right.
With a selfie with Patrick Dempsey and Doug Flutie and all that stuff. So
for sure. I'm looking
cool.
forward to seeing it too when people get them. It's going to be great. But yeah, they were awesome. So cool to talk with Flutie and just some of the things that, he's, like you said, he's been everywhere, right? Like, and he's just beloved wherever he goes.
So there you go. Time for our takeaways, Marcus. You want to fire it up here? This is a whirlwind right here.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Yeah.
Just we've been in it. I'll kick off. Takeaway. Buckle up because I think tonight could be interesting with the NBA draft and all that remains and where Jaylen Brown's head's at, how that relationship is. It may not be over quite yet.
This afternoon on The Drive, you got Jim and Mark. They're going to recap some of the ticket awards and talk about all that stuff as well. But yeah, this is the first day of, I don't know, what could be the rest of your Celtics life. This is an interesting spot where you tried to trade Jaylen Brown, you didn't. The Bucks took the Heat's offer.
Yeah,
and you now have Jaylen Brown. We don't know how Jaylen Brown is feeling, right?
Yeah, this is Thoreau, right? I took the road less traveled.
And is that going to lead to a road in, very nice literary reference there, Greg.
Yeah.
I won't talk over that one. It is going to lead to Utah or somebody with a top 5 pick or someone who can help you get younger, or do you run it back and Derek White gets traded and you just, bolster around the Jays? This is, you could tell me any one of a number of things, and I would not see it that far flung. But we'll see what happens. All the stuff going on. Soccer was wild yesterday. I watched all of that Argentina game. We didn't talk about it enough. We can maybe hit on it. We didn't talk about it at all.
Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow, though.
I watched that Argentina game yesterday. It was fantastic. Sox can't get a win in Colorado. Aroldis Chapman maybe lessened his value. So much stuff going on. We will get back to it tomorrow. Once again, thanks to Brian Corcoran and Doug Flutie, who are both in town for the Drive for Kids tournament at the Falmouth Country Club, which begins on Friday with 36 celebrities, Vince Carter, Jerome Bettis among them. That is going to do it for the Tuesday edition of the Morning Roast. Back tomorrow at 6 a.m. Have a great day.
Picture this. The power goes out, your phone's at 50%, and suddenly your home is cold, dark, and you can't cook a thing. Oh, and it's the middle of winter. It's freezing. Cold air creeping in, and you, wrapped in blankets, hoping the heat kicks back on. Well, not anymore. Meet the new Patriot Power Generator 2200X from 4Patriots, our biggest solar generator ever, built to keep your essentials running through winter storms, rolling blackouts, ice outages, whatever hits next. It turns on automatically when the power goes out, can run a full-size fridge for up to 3 days, and arrives fully charged, so you're ready the moment the lights go out. And right now, for the first time ever, you'll get a free 200-watt solar panel. And once this batch is gone, it's gone. Visit 4patriots.com. That's the number 4patriots.com and claim your 2200X solar generator and free 200-watt solar panel while this holiday offer lasts.
There are two types of business owners, those who are busy and those who want to be busy. Toast is designed for both, with tools to keep you humming and help turn grind into growth. That's how you turn busy into business. Toast, built for busy.